If you know me, you know that I hate sequels. I don't like the idea of making sequels for a movie. I don't like it at all because most of the time, sequels always ruin the legacy of the first movie. Don't get me wrong, there are some sequels that are actually very good. I dare say there are some sequels that are even better than the original film. Yeah. For instance, Shrek. I love Shrek Part 2 much more than I love Shrek 1. But that's not what I need to talk about. I don't like sequels. But for this film, I was really looking forward to the sequel because I loved the Joker film so much. It came out in 2019 and it blew my freaking mind. I loved it. There's some movies I watched in 2019 that I really loved. Joker was one of those movies. The other one was The Irishman and Marriage Story. Those three films came out in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and I really enjoyed those films. When I heard there was going to be a new Joker film, I was excited, but I was also skeptical. So I watched the film, and yeah, let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video, I want to talk about Joker 2 FOLIE A DEUX. I love that title so much. And if you don't know, FOLIE A DEUX means madness for two. That title is just so I don't know the words to describe it, but I love this so much. From the first moment I heard the title FOLIE A DEUX, I went to find out what it meant, and madness for two. It was just perfect for the concept of the story and the context surrounding it. So I love that title so much, and yeah, I was so ready to see this film, and I saw this film, and I am torn about it. On one hand, I enjoyed so many things about it, but on the other hand, some things were missing. It felt like they didn't deliver on some things that I was longing for. But yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about. This film, Joker 2, continues from where the first film left off. Joker is in prison or is in a psychiatric hospital and is awaiting trial. And while in the psychiatric hospital, he meets a crazy lady like himself and the chaos that ensues. Right off the bat, one of the things that I did not like about this film or that confused me with this film is the Joker character or Arthur Fleck, whatever you'd call him. Where they ended the first film, Arthur had become the Joker. Yeah, because he had just owned himself as the Joker, and yeah, you know that this guy is the Joker. But where part two starts from, it feels like the Joker is back to being Arthur Fleck. I don't know if that is making sense, but I feel like the Joker or Arthur Fleck that we knew in the first movie, in the beginning of the first movie, that was who we were with in the beginning of the second film. And I don't know, it felt like that shouldn't have been the case because where we left this character off was him as the Joker. But now he has become tame and doing some things that are just confusing. That was no Joker like. So I was kind of confused about that thing. But the story went on and he wore his Joker personality on and kept on being the Joker that we know. But that initial stage was just confusing. Like, why is this guy acting like Arthur Fleck? I wanted to be the Joker. I wanted to do Joker things, but it wasn't giving what I was expecting him to give. So yeah, that's one of the things that just confused me right off the bat. Another thing with this film is that this film is a musical. I mean, that's not a bad thing. I'm not really a big fan of musicals, but I like some musicals. And this film is a musical. And like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's just that sometimes the musical numbers, yeah, when they start singing, it comes out of nowhere. And it feels like I was not prepared for this one. This just came out of nowhere. And sometimes it works because it blends with the theme of madness. Because sometimes the way they sing and they are dancing and all that stuff, it adds to the madness of these characters. So sometimes the musical numbers coming out of nowhere actually makes sense with the context of the story, but sometimes it was confusing because I was like, I think you can just talk. I think you can just convey or talk, say what you are trying to convey without singing. So yeah, the musical thing, it had its good sides and its bad sides. And I think another thing that made me enjoy the music more was because I listened to the songs. Lady Gaga dropped an album titled Harley Quinn, and all those songs in the album were basically the songs that they sang in this film. And I listened to the album and I loved the album so much. The songs in it were just, they had this madness feeling, this feeling of being unhinged. So I love the album so much, and hearing the songs in this film, I really liked it and it excited me. So that was another thing that made me care or like the musical numbers so much. Like I said, I'm torn about the musical numbers. Sometimes it was confusing and unnecessary, but other times I liked it. Another thing about this film is the cinematography of it. Whew, the cinematography is gorgeous, man. I mean, from the trailer, there was a shot in the trailer where Harley Quinn drew a curve on a glass, and Arthur just put his face and smiled, and it just made the Joker smile. Like, Seeing that kind of shots in the trailer, I was like, yo, the cinematography of this film is going to be insane. And I was not wrong. The cinematography was very, very good. The way they use the lighting sometimes, the way they set some images and the things that happen in the background, what you are seeing in the forefront, and the things that are just like a blur in the background. All those things were just done so well. Sometimes they use some tracking shots that the character just goes all around the room and the camera just follows him about without breaking. Like the cinematography was so good. I could almost say it was even better than the first one because that first one itself had some very, very amazing cinematography. But this one is just like they outdid themselves with it. And I really loved loved the cinematography. And yeah, that was one of the things that I loved about this film. Another thing I loved about this film was it had this hilarious feeling to it. I don't know, so many times when I was watching this film, so many scenes that were happening, I just found myself laughing. I don't think the filmmakers were trying to make us laugh or make me laugh. Yeah, I don't think they're trying to make us laugh. But it was just funny seeing Joaquin Phoenix be the Joker and just do some outrageous things and act some kind of ways. It just made me laugh so much, and I laughed so many times while watching this film. I mean, it makes sense if a film titled Joker makes you laugh. And yes, on that front, they really came through with it, and I laughed a lot of times while watching this film. And that was something I did not expect. I didn't think this film was going to have funny moments. I didn't expect it to be a comedy. I mean, it's not a comedy, but I laughed. I laughed so many times while watching this film. And if you can make me laugh with your film without actually trying to make me laugh, that is a win for you, my guy. I need to talk about the characters in this film. Joker or Arthur Fleck and Harley Quinn. Whew. The performances, I mean, you know now, Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor for his performance in the first Joker film, and he brought that thing back in this film. He delivered some fantastic performances. There are some times where he did not even need to say anything. He just has to make some kind of emotions, and it just transports you and just takes you into the mind of this character. The performance from Joaquin Phoenix was amazing. I mean, you expect that. You really expect that, and he really delivered. The one I want to talk about more is Harley Quinn, Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn. I remember when I first saw the news that Lady Gaga was going to play Harley Quinn. I remember a lot of people were like, "What the fuck? Why would Lady Gaga play Harley Quinn?" The Harley Quinn we know is Margot Robbie, and yes, Margot Robbie was a fantastic Harley Quinn. I mean, I can't think of Suicide Squad without picturing Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. She was so good in the role. But some people were like, "That is who Harley Quinn should be. This is who should play Harley Quinn." But I was like, I don't think Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn would fit in this Joker movie. And when they said they were casting Lady Gaga, and I've seen Lady Gaga in some films, and I've seen that she's also a good actress. I remember seeing her in A Star Is Born, and I loved her performance in that film. And seeing her as Harley Quinn was something I was eager to see. And we finally saw her. I finally saw her, and yes, I think her performance was really good. That Harley Quinn that she played, she had this unhinged feeling to it. She had like someone that is just like a single screw that is holding her brain together. That's why I came off watching her performance, and it was very good. I liked her performance, and she was just the perfect person. Maybe not the perfect person, but she was just a very good person to play the Harley Quinn in this world, and it complemented Joaquin Phoenix's performance so well. Lady Gaga in this film was honestly a delight and something that I was glad that I saw. Plus, she sang in this film. I mean, you know Lady Gaga. If you know Lady Gaga, you know she's a fantastic musician. And getting her sing in this film is just another plus for me that made me like this film much more and her performance much more. For most part of this film, I was conflicted because I loved what they did with a particular element, and they also do something with that same element that just feel like, I do not feel about this. And one of those things was the courtroom scenes during Joker's trial. And sometimes those courtroom moments were very exciting. There was a particular scene, I don't want to give spoilers, but there was a particular scene during the courtroom sequence that just really moved me. And I was like, whoa, this is so powerful. It was so good. Like, it had moments like that, but other times it felt like they were just using the costume sequence to do exposition dump. Like maybe the filmmaker was thinking some people that did not see the first film, they want to watch this film and they might need to know something that happened in the first film. So they were just using those courtroom scenes to give us exposition for what happened in the first scene. And I feel like that was not really necessary. Yes, in some parts they gave us some new perspectives or some new point of view for some characters that we did not initially know. But still, it just felt like a lot of the courtroom sequence was just for exposition, and sometimes that did not just sit well with me. But like I said, there were still some scenes in that courtroom sequence that were whoa drama, and I love drama. The drama was just so good in those moments, but other times it could have been better. So yeah, that's why I feel like there's some elements in this film that pulled me in both directions. Like I said, with the musical number thing, and like I said, with the courtroom sequences. So yeah, it's a bit confusing for me, but it also works. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed this film so much. I really, really enjoyed it, even though I had some gripes or some things that did not quite sit well with me with this film. I really, really enjoyed it. Oh, I almost forgot the ending of this film. Whoa, whoa! I did not expect that ending. Like, there are two things I did not expect to the ending, and those two things just left me like this. Like, I don't want to give spoilers, but something happens, and I'm like, what the fuck? And while I'm still dealing with what happened, and that thing was happening in the background, and I was like, whoa, I did not see this shit coming. And that ending was just very, very good for me. I really enjoyed it. I loved the unexpected nature of it and the things that would follow. I don't think there will be another movie, but what happens in the ending of this film is just like, it's like when you're reading a book and the book just ends on a very, very intriguing point and you just can't wait to turn to the next page and keep on reading. That's how it felt. Even though I feel like I won't need to turn the next page for this film because I have a feeling there won't be a next Joker movie, because just leave it like that. I did not want a sequel, but I'm fine with it. So don't make another one. Let it end like that. So yeah, the ending was unexpected but very, very good, and I really, really liked it. Honestly, like I said, this film pulled me in both directions. I like some things and other things I did not like so much. But one thing is clear, I enjoyed this film so much. I had a very, very good time while watching this film. And yeah, if you've not seen Joker 2, Folly Ado, go and check it out. If you saw the first one, you should check this one out. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. You might not enjoy it as much as the first one, because I still think the first one is a much better film, because that one just throws you into a world that you don't know anything about and just experience some kind of craziness. So that first one is just on another level. But this one, so you try, it's not as bad. It still stands on its own. So if you want to check it out, go check it out. You enjoy it. Have you seen the movie? What do you think about it? Comment below and let me know. If this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe to my channel for more contents like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.